Alright, hey there guys, Intercast here, aka JediBro95, coming at you guys with an NBA discussion video. And in this video, I want to talk about why I think shutting down the NBA season is possibly the best course of action right now. So, over the last few days, the COVID has, and I now I'm gonna get demonetized for saying COVID, but hey, I'm not monetized anyway, so fuck you, I'll say COVID. Um, it has basically now crept back into the NBA circuit, and the thing is, it's not the NBA's fault. Like that's what's crazy to me is it's not the NBA's fault, and now the coronavirus has crept back into NBA circles as Boston and Dallas have Boston, Miami, and Dallas and Denver, I think, is who the matchups were. They ended up getting postponed due to COVID-19. Also, the Sixers were exposed and had to play 8 players in their game against. I think it was against Atlanta, who also now, technically speaking, has been exposed to COVID because they had obvious close interaction with the with the Sixers, who also were playing. I think it was the Nets they also played. It's like, you see what happens. Like, one person gets infected, and then all of a sudden it is a huge clusterfuck of a situation. So I personally think suspending the NBA season until the vaccine is available is probably the best thing to do. And I know I don't want the NBA season is suspended as much as the next person. But I think this is the best and most logical course of action, because this way you stop putting other players at the risk of getting infected with COVID-19. You don't put the teams in the situation to have to play in those types of games, or have to play with like 8 players and have minimum rotations, so players are going to get exhausted. It's a huge mess right now, and with this whole protocol thing. And if I could speak directly to Adam Silver right now, I would just say, Mr. Silver, I don't know if, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I don't know if you're too stubborn or you're just refusing to admit that you can't beat a global pandemic. But I will just say it for you. You can't beat a global pandemic. Regardless, like I said, no matter if you do everything right. Like, the NBA has done everything right. They've made sure that the players stayed in their bubbles. They've made sure that, teams are following the right travel patterns and the right COVID protocols. And they were getting tested every single day, which is great. But then eventually it's going to break down. Someone is going to catch it. No matter how hard you try, no matter how perfect you think you're being, something is going to happen. Whether it is, like, for example, say, the Nets were just following their bubble protocol and they were checking into the hotel that they were going to play in. Well, guess what? Maybe the cashier had COVID and didn't know about it. Now, guess what? Now you got the fucking Nets are exposed to it, and then it just spirals out of control from there, because that's just the way this virus is. Like, you cannot win in this situation. We literally saw it last year with Rudy Gobert when he caught it, and then everybody else came out with it shortly afterwards. I think guys like Russell Westbrook was tested positive for coronavirus a little while afterwards. That was one of the bigger names. I can't remember who all was tested, but it really did spiral down for the league, and they had no choice but to suspend the season. And I think we're looking at a very similar situation at this point in time. So I personally think it is you gotta suspend the season, Adam Silver. Just until the vaccine is available, then you have to make it mandatory for the players to get the vaccine. You have to make it mandatory. I know you've made it mandatory already, but you gotta really stress that you need to make it mandatory to get the COVID vaccine, and you got to make sure that everybody is following COVID protocols even more strictly now, because again, even if players are doing everything right, it still is somebody is still gonna get it, and then it's just gonna spiral down from there. So that's my 2 cents on the situation, guys. It's actually going to be a lot shorter of a video than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting this to be about a 10-minute video. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think the NBA should do with the COVID-19 situation? Do you think they should keep going? Do you think that they should make the restrictions tighter? Should they just stop play? I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts. Also, let me know in the comment section below, guys, as well, what type of content you what type of content do you watch the channel for? Because I've been trying to branch out in different games over the last recent years, the last recent weeks, like, you know, Madden and shit like that. If you see my rants on Twitter, I can't even play Madden anymore, man. That game is dog shit. I absolutely fucking despise Madden. It is just absolutely horrible. I can't even believe I wasted all my time and resources and even hard-earned and even earned cash I got into that game. I can't believe I wasted that shit. And I really feel bad because that money could have been put to somewhere else. But whatever. That's neither here nor there for me at this moment anymore. So let me know what you guys want to continue to see on this channel. Obviously, NBA discussion videos are going to be a mainstay. I'll probably do one more. It is going to be about the Toronto Raptors. I have been having this idea and this thought on my head for a while now, and I think now more than ever, it is time to visit this conversation that I'm going to save for that video. But with that being said, guys, like I said, I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are. But with that being said, I'm out.